Hello everyone, welcome to App Chef Online. I'm Chef Anthony. Today we're going to do chocolate display. So this is our concept for our chocolate display, Future City of Atlantis. Okay, this kind of concept is normally it's a competition style, so you need to finish it within 8 hours, including the desserts. And then the component, it should be like very simple, but come at least it's elegant. Okay, so here we're going to do something like manta ray, waves, okay, flower, sticks for the top part, especially for the tail of our manta ray, and then structure. Okay, so structure, I keep it a little bit simple, but since it's very important for this kind of display, you need to do something about it. Okay, so that's why that's the time where I can put the waves. Okay, and then leaf, I'm going to put it at the top part of the manta ray. Okay, and then next one is the whole display. We need to check also the mechanics. Okay, so mechanics is very important, especially like if you're going something to hold the main piece. Okay, so for examples, in between of the structure and then the manta ray. So that's why you need to put something like this one. It's only a simple thing, but it will help you a lot. Okay, and then for the waves, later I'm going to show you how to make it like pre-cut already, because there's a lot of technique how to make the waves. And then the base, I use hexagon because you need to present it a little bit futuristic. Okay, and then the flower, I do 2 displays. Okay, so mostly one structure for the main item, and then the other one is the other structure for the flower. So it's a 2 pieces display. So I put the flower and then the structure in order to hold the flower, and then the base is a little bit futuristic, like a city. So we're going to start first for the manta ray. So come at least, you need to do the drawing first. Okay, so I put already some sizing. Okay, sizes for the manta ray is supposed to be like this one. So it's around like 24 inches to 30. Okay, and then after, you need to trace it first for the final cutouts. So this will be your pattern for the base of the manta ray for the body. So this one, we're going to use it for the manta ray. Okay, so for the bottom part. Okay, so later we need to spread some chocolate and then wait for it to half set, and then we cut. We're going to start already the base for the manta ray. So you need the illustration board. Why? Because it's a lot easier for you later to bend. Okay, so let's start. So you need a ladle. But come at least your chocolate, you need to check. It's supposed to be around 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. Then we're going to spread in the illustration board. So this one you can use also soft plastic if you have a lot. Okay, so but this one you need to make sure it's, for me it's more comfortable to use the illustration board. It's bendable. Scoop out. So maybe like around ½-inch thickness. So for this kind of display, especially if we're going to do something like a 3D figure, okay, so come at least you do it a little bit light, but not totally solid, especially for display. Because for this kind of display, if you're going to use heavy, okay, later it cannot support the whole structure, and then the end of the day you cannot display it or use it. So come at least it's hollow for this one. But for this base, you need to make sure it's a little bit thick in order to hold the whole thing. So right now it's totally wet. So what you could do, you need to spread until it half set, and then after it half set, we're going to put this one at the top part and then trace and cut. Okay? So make sure you have enough ½ inch. So let's check if it can fit. So I need to add more, especially the end point for this one, but I think the center is okay already. So make sure it's totally flat. And you top. Then wait for it to half set, and then later we're going to cut it with the paring knife for the base. Okay. Next one is we're going to do the wings, but this time we're going to use soft plastic. Okay. And then acrylic board. Okay. So I put already the soft plastic in the acrylic board. So I just put a little bit of water in order to stick it properly. Okay. So let's do this one. So come at least you need to check the size of the wing. So come at least I need half, like this one. But you need to do the same technique. So spread some chocolate, wait for it until it become matte. Okay, and then you need to cut. Now we spread. Check. So I think I need to spread more on the top part and then the bottom part. Okay, so you need to tap it until it's smooth a little bit. Then wait for it to half set. Next, we're going to cut already the chocolate, but you need to check if it's half set. So how can you say if it's half set already? So you need to touch the chocolate. So if you feel it's soft, then it sticks a little bit, then it's fine. But not totally. When you touch your typical chocolate, then it will cover your whole finger. Okay, come at least this one, you can see your fingerprint. Then you can start cutting your chocolate. Okay, so the difference, if you're going to cut it while it's still soft, it's bendable, guys. Okay, if this one you're going to cut it, it's totally solid rock, and then you put your cutter or your paring knife, later it will crack in the center or the sides. Okay, so let's cut for this one. Then after this one, you need to put it inside the chiller until it's totally set. Okay. So I take out it already in the chiller. So as you can see, it's solid. Okay. So remove first the sides for this one using a small offset spatula. Then always remember, if you have trimmings like this one, put it in the side of the bowl. Okay, you can remove this one. So make sure it's properly cut. Start already how to make the wings. Okay, so this one I put a line in the center part and then put it in my half set chocolate, and after this one you need to cut. Set aside, then one straight line, after this, so as you can see, it's bendable, okay? And then after, put it here. Then make sure the center part is a little bit imposed. And then since it's half set, okay, so for this one, you need to press the sides until it sticks in the base part. So the same way also in the other part, we need to do the same thing. Okay, so as you can see, the center part, it's hollow. Okay, so after we finish this one, we cut another set, then put it in the other part. Okay, so after this one, I'm going to show you the detail for the manta ray. So later, I'm going to put something like a little bit of extended for the wings in order to make some movements. Make sure it's enough. So next is we're going to put some Robocop chocolate in the manta ray. And then after, we're going to fill some of the parts of the manta ray. So you can remove already your soft plastic. So if you see some excess like this one, okay, later we're going to use some microplane. Then we can remove it. So we're going to make it like a little bit smoother than this one. And then all the trimmings from the base for the manta ray, we're going to use it for the Robocop chocolate. So don't put too much for this one, just enough for you to handle. Okay, simple as that one. Then just get a small piece of this one. Make sure it's like a clay texture, so later it's a lot easier for you guys to use. So just press a little bit. I need to add more. So before you add the wings, make sure the base should be like totally smooth. So come at least it is a lot easier for you guys to clean later. So you need to cover all the gaps for the base until it become one structure. So we're going to do the wings for our manta ray. So first is the left side. So we need to do it like a little bit up, and then the other side will go at the down part. So come at least you need to check the flow of your manta ray. Okay, so let's do the Robocop. So check if it's okay. So come at least the texture of your chocolate, it should be like this one, like a rough soil. But when you're going to roll it out, it's starting to become smooth. Flatten a little bit. Then check. So some you can use a small rolling pin. Okay, you can tap it also with your hands. But for me, normally I use hands because it's a lot easier for me to check the proper texture. Then if it's too soft, I can tell if it's okay or not. And then you cut to triangular shape. Okay, triangle shape, and then you cut a little bit. Okay, and then you can put it in your manta ray. Okay, so for this part, you need to be very careful, guys, since this one is a little bit thin. Okay, so you need to tap it lightly only. So come at least you have a shape first, then you stick. So this one will go upwards, then make sure you press it. So guys, we're done already making the wings for our manta ray. So as you can see, you check the left side, it's totally higher than the other side. Because for me, if I'm going to do something like a display, as much as possible, it's you need to look for something like a movement, especially for the main components. Okay. So now, as you can see, if you check both sides, okay. So it's not totally smooth, but later, once you finish everything, we're going to use some hot water to smoothen out your chocolate. Okay, then after this one, we're going to start to make the back rib for the manta ray. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I have already the Robocop chocolate. So just a little bit. So make sure the Robocop chocolate is totally fine. Then need to roll out like a teardrop. Teardrop shape. Like this one, and then put it in the top part. So we're going to do 2 backbone for this one, okay, because we're looking for something like evolution. Okay, so press. So come at least you need to do like 7 pieces for this one, then press everything. So press until it's smoothen out. Okay. So we're done already for the first part. So come at least you do this one until go to the center. 7 pieces to 8. Okay, for this one. So I'm gonna show it to you again. So for the first part is a little bit bigger, and then the second part is a bit smaller until you finish in the last part. So from large to small. Need to press. Okay, then you continue until the last part. Okay, so after this one, I'm going to show you how to do the mouth for the manta ray. So we're finished already for the backbone for our manta ray. So next is we're going to do the mouth. But as you can see right now, you have some white strips in your chocolate. Okay, so I just use some microplane to scrape all the excess chocolate in order to make it more even. Then later we're going to clean it until it becomes totally smooth. Okay, but before we go for that one, I want to do first the whole stuff, and then that's the time we can clean our main components. Okay, so let's start making the mouth. So RoboCoupe chocolate. So make sure the texture is still the same, and then roll out. So for this one, you need to do something like a rectangular shape. So after this one, you need to press. Okay, and then get the chocolate, cut a little bit, then put it in your manta ray. So as you can see, I have here rectangular shape, and then put it on the top part, then you press until it become one. So of course this one is only at the top part, so later we're going to do also in the bottom part, but we need to finish this one first. So we're going to continue the part of the mouth for this one. So you need to put something like a small fin. Okay. So RoboCoupe chocolate. Going to do already our tail for our manta ray. So Robocop chocolate also. So this time we need to flatten up like square ones, and then after that one we need to cut the sides little bit. Square. Then after this, so if you feel it's a little bit thick, you can go like a little bit, just a little bit thinner than this one. Then bottom part, like this. Then you press. So as you can see, this part is hollow because later we're going to put the tail. But this one is only part of the tail. So just press. So this one we're going to put something like a design at the sides. So we're going to do something like a triangular shape, but only a small piece. Then you press and then cut. So make sure it's a little thin at the sides. So we put it on top first, and then two at the other sides. So make sure it's in the center, guys, if you're going to put the design for the tail. Then you can use cool spray. And put it at the top part also. Press at the sides. So we're going to cover some of the overlapping chocolate. Okay. So we're going to put some of the backbones at the tip part for this one. So we finished already for our main component, which is the manta ray. So right now you can see they have some hard lumps like this one and this one, or scratches. Okay, so in order to make it smoother, okay, so what you can do is you prepare your sponge and then warm water. Warm water, guys, not totally hot. This one will help you to clean your display and then make it more smoother. Next, we're going to do the chocolate sticks for our manta ray. So one is casting, and then the other one is we're going to use for putting some leaf. So it's like a vines. So next, since we're done already for our main components, which is the manta ray, so we're going to do already the structure and then the base. But for this one, I'm not using any silicone mold, so I want to do it from the scratch. Okay, so we're going to use cardboard or illustration board. Okay, so I have some components already that I made before. So this is the example. Okay, and then this is for the structure, and then this one we're going to use it for the tail for our manta ray. Okay, so, but I'm going to show you how to do the pre-cutting for this one. Okay, so I'm going to start first for this one. So for the base, you need to do a little bit thick because this is the only thing that can support your main components. So just to be safe or to play safe is make it a little bit thicker. Okay, but for this one, I'm going to show you how to do some extra technique for casting the base or for the structure itself. So next, we're going to proceed for our casting for our base. So I'm going to show you how to cast using some tempered chocolate. Okay. So what is the difference if you're going to cast with pure chocolate to with chunks of chocolate? Of course, if you're going to use the chunks of chocolate, it's a lot easier for you to crystallize your chocolate because this kind of chocolate is considered as tempered chocolate, which is crystals itself. So come at least it's faster than waiting for the pure liquid chocolate to set. So but careful guys, if you're going to use this one, come at least it's properly tempered. Don't use untempered chocolate for casting chocolate. Okay, it will not help your for structure to become strong. So I'm going to put some tempered chocolate inside. So make sure you put it only at the center, not at the sides. So next one is where I'm going to do mold for our second sculpture, which is the one for the flowers. Okay, so this is the base for our flowers, and then this one is our coral reef. Okay, so I make it like the same structure as the manta ray. So come at least I can see the theme. Okay, so same also. So you need to draw the same exact thing. So most of my mold I'm using cardboard. Why? Because it's more flexible rather than using silicone mold. So we're going to do already the wave for our chocolate display. So I have here the example already. So as you can see, I have already the wave. Okay, but this time I'm going to show you how to use a PVC plastic. So this one is the one you can see in the walk-in freezer or walk-in chiller. Okay, this plastic. Okay, but I cut it already. So exactly the same size like a wave. Okay, so this one is a 3-layer PVC plastic. So one is a plain one and then 2 cuts for the wave. So depends on you guys if you want to do it like a little bit thick, but for me I make it like this size only because it's only for a base. Okay, and then it's only for a design. So let's do this one. So by the way, for this one you need also a masking tape. So tempered chocolate, Pour in the center. Spread a little bit. So for me, good thing if you have a display like this one, it's easier to manage the exact size for your waves because you already have the mold. But there is another technique that you can do this one. You spread one tray of chocolate, spread, then when it half set, and then you cut. Okay. So and then after you spread this one. So remove the excess chocolate. So you need to wait for this one until it half set before you put the tape, maybe like around 3 to 4 minutes. So some they put it inside the chiller for a second. Okay. So use the masking tape. Then stick it in the bottom part, and then to another end part, and then curve. So make sure it sticks well, and then the chocolate should be half set. If you tape this one while it's still liquid, all the chocolate will go at the center only. So this is how it look at the back side, and then if you check the front side, it's supposed to be like this one. Okay, so you need to wait for it until it fully set, but you need to put it inside the chiller first. Okay, and then you have already your end product like this one. We're going to do the lines for our waves. Okay, so this time I'm going to use rubber spatula, and then tempered chocolate. Okay, so a little bit, put it to the tip part, and then brush. So it's very important that you can see the lines for this one. Okay, so you can emphasize like real waves. Okay, so after you finish already the structure for the wave and then the lining, so we need to do something in the top part of the wave, which is the bubbles. Okay, so what you can do is you have a tempered chocolate, but you need to prepare first your Robocop chocolate. So come at least the Robocop chocolate is like roughly chopped. Okay, but you can still see some small pieces of chocolate, but not in the powder form. Okay, so you start for this one. So you need to dip a little bit, and then dip it in the Robocop chocolate. So let it stick first, then wait for it until it sets. Okay, so if you want like a larger bubble, so what you could do is you can put a little bit of chocolate in your wave, like this one, and then pop a little bit, let it drip, then pour more. Okay, so you need to wait for it until it sets, or you could use cooling spray. So right now you can see it look like a so you already have your wave. So come at least for this one, for our display, we do like around 7 pieces. Okay, so different sizes. Okay, depends on you guys for this one if you want to make it like a little bit bigger, so you need to put a little bit of chocolate. We're going to stick already our base and then for our structure. So I prepare already our chocolate. Then you need to do is, you need to scratch first both sides. So check the bottom part. This one is very important, especially if you're going to stick something. Okay, scratches will help you to stick it together, so it will become strong enough to hold your base. Okay, so before you stick it, you need to warm it a little bit. Pour in some chocolate. Okay, just enough to stick your display. Don't put too much for this one. Then put put it in the center, then press. So the excess chocolate you need to wipe using your finger, then cover the gaps. So at this point you can use already your cool spray. Then after this one, we're going to stick the wave structure. So make sure it's very clean before you stick everything. So when you finish your work, it's less hassle. So next one, this is our finished product. Next one, we're going to stick already the base structure, which is the big ones, like this one. Then we're going to stick it at the base like this. Okay? But you need to do some markings. Where are you going to scratch your chocolate? So you have some lines already, then you need to scratch a little bit. So every time, you just always remember, every time you stick some chocolate, you need to put some scratches. So same thing, a little bit of chocolate. Then stick. Then press. So we're going to start already for our flower. So we're going to do first the buds. Okay. So I have here some samples for our petals. So it's like a lotus flower, but I'm going to use it for a different way. Okay. So let's start, and then the bud I'm going to use this one. Okay, but I also have some plastic as for molds. Okay, so we start first for the bud. Okay, so I have prepared already some silicone. So I need only one piece of flour, but a big one. So just pour a little bit. So I need it hollow, so it won't become so heavy. So next, I'm going to start the petals. So next, we're going to do already our last part, which is the vines. Okay, we need to stick it. So careful, guys, especially like example is this one. It's colored already. Okay, so the part with cocoa butter, you need to scratch a little bit just to remove the cocoa butter, and then you pour out some liquid chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to stick it already. So make sure you check the proper positioning for this one. Okay, come at least you do like this thing. Hello guys, this is our chocolate display. Okay, so I am Chef Anthony. Thank you so much for watching our video.